In this video, you're going to learn the best ways to conduct split tests for YouTube ads. And let's just cut right to the chase. The best way to conduct split tests for YouTube ads is by only having one campaign, one ad set, and one ad per split test. And the reason for this is you only want to be split testing one variable at a given time. Now, I know some people like to add multiple ad sets or multiple ads within a specific split test campaign that they're running, but this is not the optimal way. And the reason for this is, especially when the ad account is new, Google really doesn't know where to allocate your spend. So if you have a couple of different ads within an ad set, Google at this stage doesn't really know which ads to put more spend to. And what usually ends up happening is Google will allocate a large sum of the spend to one particular ad. And this may not be the best ad. This is what Google thinks might be, but in often cases it's not. That's why we recommend one campaign, one ad set, one ad, because then you can uniformly distribute ad spend and make sure each variable is getting the right amount of spend that it deserves. Now let's talk about a couple cases where this might not be the most optimal way. The first thing that comes to mind is with creative. Now, you might be tempted to go out there and launch one campaign with one single targeting placement in the ad set, and then one ad, and then just duplicate that one campaign with different ads. I highly caution against this because sometimes what ends up happening is certain ads work better with certain targeting. So what you're going to want to do across different creative testing campaigns is actually vary the targeting options and do this uniformly. So if you are testing out 3 different ads, what I recommend is also testing out 3 different targeting options with all 3 of those ads. So in the end, you're going to have 9 campaigns. So each campaign is going to have one single targeting option, one single ad, and then you can change up the targeting options and the ads as you see fit. And like I said, what this allows you to do is actually see the performance of each ad creative across different placements, because they are going to be slightly different depending on the audience. And this makes sense because some audiences will convert better with a different style of creative. For example, some audiences might like the slow-paced, easygoing ad creative, whereas other audiences might love the super energetic, super in-your-face type of creative. So you're gonna wanna test all of your creative and make sure you're getting the optimal audiences as well. Now, here's a pro tip for you to analyze creatives when you're outside of that split testing phase, is to actually analyze the creative's performance across the entire ad account. What this will allow you to do is find audiences that respond to all of your creatives, not just a specific type. Now let's talk about split testing in placement and keyword campaigns, because this can be a little bit tricky. And the reason for this is whenever you launch a placement campaign or a keyword campaign, you can't usually just launch it with one placement in mind or one keyword in mind, because usually the spend isn't super high. So what you're gonna end up seeing is a lot of campaigns with these single placements or even a couple, they're not going to be spending enough money, and you can't really conduct a split test if the campaigns aren't spending. So here's exactly how you go about that situation. So the best way to go about split testing placement and keyword campaigns is through what I call iterative testing. So what does this mean? Basically, whenever you launch a placement or keyword campaigns, you're actually going to be launching 5 to 10 different placements or keywords. This is what we recommend at Linx Digital. Now, what you're going to want to do is let those campaigns run, and naturally, you'll have a couple or 3 different placements or campaigns that rise above the rest. So naturally, what's gonna end up happening is 2 or 3 of these placements are going to be getting the majority of the spend, and they're going to be converting a lot better. So what you wanna do is take these 2 or 3 placements or keywords and add them to a completely new campaign with new targeting options with placements and keywords. So you'll take your 2 or 3 best performing campaigns, add them to another campaign with another 5 to 10 different keywords or placements, and then run that campaign again. And then what will happen is, again, in that new campaign, you will have 2 or 3 different targeting options, 2 or 3 different placements or keywords that are again going to rise above the rest, and they're gonna start performing better. And you basically wanna do this iterative process over and over again. So take the best performing placements and keywords, add them to a batch of new placement and keywords, and then see which ones do better and iteratively solve for the best placement and keyword targeting. So I hope that makes a lot of sense for you guys. And if you guys want access to thousands of split tests that we've already done on YouTube ads, well, I highly recommend checking out our course. And if you want to learn how to optimize these split tests, well, then I recommend checking out this video right here.